dog have you pinned up against the wall?
Never bothered. Just in the bedroom.
Yeah, just not really crafty, but
Ian, Robert, George, and Dawn, Barbara, Lambert. Anybody present knows of any lawful impediment to this marriage, they should declare it now. The spirit of Dawn and Ian are before us now. In each other's company they found happiness, love and fulfillment, and now wish to affirm their relationship in this marriage. Yes, I have to stand. Gentlemen first and Ian. Bride always has the last word on the wedding record. Is your full name Ian Robert George? And is your full name Dawn Barbara Lambert? Before you joined in matrimony, I do have to remind you to solemnly bind you covenant to the ceremony of marriage. Marriage according to the law of this country is the union of one man with one woman voluntarily entered into for life and to the exclusion of all others. I've got to be serious here. The moment comes to make your vows, and I need you to repeat in return after me as I said in these gentlemen first. I do solemnly declare
I do solemnly declare
that I know not
that I know not
of any lawful impediment
of any lawful impediment
why I, Ian Robert George,
why I, Ian Robert George,
may not be joined in matrimony
may not be joined in matrimony
to Dawn Barbara Lambert.
to Dawn Barbara Lambert.
I do solemnly declare
I do solemnly declare
that I know not
that I know not
of any lawful impediment.
of any lawful impediment.
You're
Any
not-
lawful impediment.
Why I, Dawn Barbara Lambert,
Why I, Dawn Barbara Lambert,
may not be joined in matrimony
may not be joined in matrimony
to Ian Robert George.
to Ian Robert George.
Now, it has come to these two people now to contract the marriage before you all and the witnesses. Could I ask everybody to stand? I, Ian Robert George,
To witness that I, Ian Robert George,
do take thee, Dawn Barbara Lambert,
do take thee, Dawn Barbara Lambert,
to be my lawful wedded wife.
to be my lawful wedded wife.
I call upon
I call upon
these persons here present
these persons here present
to witness that I, Dawn Barbara Lambert,
to witness that I, Dawn Barbara Lambert,
do take thee, Ian Robert George,
do take thee, Ian Robert George,
to be my lawful wedded husband.
to be my lawful wedded husband.
Right, everybody remain standing. Could everybody else please be seated? We now come to the exchange of rings. This is a traditional way of saying the vows that you've just made. The wedding ring is an unbroken ceremony. It we claim unending and everlasting love, and it's the outward signs of the promise of love. I offer this ring
I offer this ring
as a symbol of my love
as a symbol of my love
and commitment to you
and commitment to you,
in the presence of our family and friends.
in the presence of our family and friends,
And I promise
and I promise
to love,
to love,
to cherish,
to cherish,
and to be with you always.
and to be with you always.
Can we have your ring, please? I accept your ring,
I accept your ring,
and in exchange,
and in exchange,
I give you a ring
I give you a ring
as a symbol of my love
as a symbol of my love
and commitment to you
and commitment to you,
in the presence of our family and friends.
in the presence of our family and friends,
And I too promise
and I too promise
to love,
to love,
to cherish,
to cherish,
and to be with you always.
and to be with you always.
A wedding is an occasion shared by many for one day, but by two for a lifetime. The day
do know you get much.
There's no writing there, actually. There's no writing there.
Well, we hate to break it to you, but...
Better photos for feeding time in.
I'm not being greedy, it's been hands.
I believe you.
We'll stand there while you take that.
It is outside. It's not that great.
Daddy, czekaj, żena.
You all here? That sounds like the right split for you. say a few words, and he insisted there's no laughter and no heckling.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you all for coming today and celebrating John's wedding. And Ian's wedding. Oh dear. I'm a man of few words, really. With my job, I say turn right, turn left, stop. Pleased to tell you, fail, and pleased to tell you, and I give him a serious certificate that he can send away. A serious certificate that somebody left downstairs. Oh. Oh.
I give it to my mum.
Pass the book. He's learning quick, isn't he?
It's given to the wife.
So, I've been to a beautiful young lady. Dawn's had a very interesting life, really. She didn't want to travel when she was a young girl. She wouldn't go to Blackburn, 8 miles away, it was too far. She didn't want a job working with the public. Broke all those, haven't you? Every father wants the best for his girl, and I'm no exception. I wonder what sort of boyfriend she would bring home. Well, she didn't, and she wasn't interested. When she worked in Bosnia, she was living next to an army camp with several hundred soldiers there, and I thought, well, if I don't get rid now, there's no chance. Like a bad penny, she came back again on her own. Then she met Ian, who whisked her off her feet. When she brought him home, I don't know who was most frightened, Ian and myself. Within half an hour, his feet was under the table, and he was part of the family. Dawn couldn't have had a better husband, and we couldn't have had a better son. We all look forward to the future with both of them and Sophie. Whatever they may be, we know. I'd like to ask all of you to raise your glasses and propose a toast to the lifetime of love and happiness, the bride and groom.
And I came across an absolutely wonderful statement. It says, the brain is a wonderful thing. It never stops functioning from the time you're born to the time you stand up to make a speech. So, as Henry VIII used to say to each of his wives, I shan't keep you long. And apart from that, I'm only going to speak for a couple of minutes because of my throat. Dawn said if I go on too long, she'd cut it. Thing is, you think she was joking. Sorry, we were going to write it out, but I tried writing. I've been typing for so long, I can't write anymore. It just doesn't work. When you're thinking about getting married, you sort of look at stuff that's going on. What have I got to think about? What have I got to do? What's got to be ready? What's got to be prepared and made right? And it all comes and accumulates in the ceremony. And I thought to myself, what could go wrong with the ceremony? What could happen? And last night I've mentioned to some of you I had quite a profound dream. And I was standing at the front there. Dawn was standing next to me. And Sean Bean came down the stairs. He said, "Stop! Don't get married! It's me you love, Ian! Come away with me!" But he didn't arrive, so it was alright. And the second shock was when we had to go and see the registrar in that room over there. And she was quite a nice lady, but she started sort of being quite serious about the fact this was a legal ceremony. It was quite important. You know, there was a lot of law enshrined around all of this, and it was a legal process. Well, that was okay, but she never actually explained to me, when do you enter a plea? I And we never got that, so I don't know if we're actually married or not, but anyway, let the jury decide on that one. Now somebody else said to me, apparently this is the only chance I get to be rude to my own family and my in-laws without any retribution.
Don't you believe it?
Well, I did have a look at who was sitting where, and I thought the further they are away from me, then the ruder I can be. So we'll see what happens anyway. First of all, I've got to say a thank you to Arthur and Jim. They did welcome me straight into their house, and it was great. Although Arthur was a bit weird on the first time we met, because he walked into the living room and he sort of just looked at me and sort of stared. Well, no, he didn't look like that. And then he looked at Dawn, then he looked at me, and he just kept going from one to the other. In the end, he blurted out, 2 goats and a camel. Well, I know they're a bit different up here, but my immediate reaction was, well, I'm not hungry. But we got over that one, and things were okay. Now, ever since then, though, he's actually been saying to me, it's not too late, and in fact, this morning, I think, he said to me, it's not too late, I'll understand. But we'll see what happens. But it's one of those funny things that history keeps repeating itself time and time again. 32 years ago, Arthur used to put Dawn to bed with a dummy, and tonight he's doing the same thing. So that's where we're at. As I mentioned, Jean's sitting here, so I've got to say, very, very, very nice lady. And when she walked down the steps, I did ask her if she had had her hair done, and apparently she had. But I turned to Arthur and said, Jean looks really nice. She looks beautiful. And he said, yeah, the age of miracles is not dead. But to be fair, when I got home, actually, the first time I'd met Jean, and I said to my mum, we sat down and I said to my mum, you're like Jean, she's just like my Auntie Sheila. Now,
There can't be 2 of us.
well, that's funnily actually, I told Arthur that story and he said, no, one's enough. But to put that into context, whenever we used to come up this end, all I would ever say is, can I go and stop at my Auntie Sheila's? Until I was, what, 10? At least. And that was the last time you saw me till now, isn't it?
No, I've seen you since but
No, yeah. So that was just a couple of years ago.
Well, I don't know very well.
No, I've grown out a bit. So, on to Barbara and Harold. So well, this is a bit. I did ask somebody their opinion about what I've written about Barbara, because the first time I met her, she actually said she didn't like me. I said, well, okay, well, you're not the first to say that. You won't be the last. But that wasn't what was so shocking. What was so shocking was how fast she managed to tell everyone. You know, whenever we went to meet anyone, it was, you must be Ian, the one Barbara doesn't like. Even walking around with you. You must be Ian. But, no.
it was too serious.
But that all got sorted out, and it has been invaluable, because whenever we've needed people to know things really quickly, it's told Barbara, and then just sat back and let it happen. Very good. And the other thing is, it just saves on phone calls, because whenever Diane phones, she'll start start to tell us something, we'll just sit there and go, we know. Oh, all right then, well let me tell you about something we know. But hang on, still going. Sorry, we know. So that's been good. But things have changed for the better. I have to say, Barbara has a heart of gold because whenever we've been there for a meal, she has never failed to offer me pudding. Now, I thought that was a sign of friendship. But Harold told me that it's just because she doesn't like to eat alone. But, and so to my mum and dad. I'll have to give a thank you to my mum. Yeah, there was a lot of aggro and hassle, I think, during the early years. Yeah? And, you know, the Kevin years sort of thing. But then Ruth went to university and everything was all right. But I have to say, they were sat behind me, and I could hear these whispers when we were doing the vows with the so Julia Blige. But they've always been there when I've needed them. Although I have to say that the overdraft facility does seem to be getting a little bit harder to get. But what we'd like to say is, especially for the mothers, because I think this is sort of like a ladies' sort of day, you know, it's all emotional. So is that we've got bouquets of flowers for each of you. Normal, but
I'll be able to take them on the plane though.
well,
Very look after them.
we'll just try and eat them before. Hope it doesn't clash.
And how long I've known him. Well, I've known him since, I was trying to think back how long we've known each other, and I think we were about 16 or 17 when we first met. Is it?
Hang on a minute, let's get the maths right here.
1980, so that would be about
25 years.
12 or 13
Yeah, so I wasn't 16 or something.